Welcome to Music Mondays. I am Jake.
And I'm Jeremy.
And this is Pancho.
And this week we are going to be reviewing another Tokyo Girls style single. It's a little bit of an older one, but it's still really good. This is Limited Addiction.
What's this? A cohesive song musically and lyrically? I don't know what to do.
I'm finding myself really drawn to Tokyo Girls style, and with this song, I'm finding myself being slightly addicted to it, which is slightly ironic. This song features stellar vocals, as expected, sweet lyrics, and a strange music video. All of this set to a funky sounding 70s track. The tone of this song definitely sounds like a sweet sounding throwback to Pink Lady, and I understand that this song came first, but it definitely reminds me of the Matt and Rose Show by Morning Musume.
This song has a distinct throwback kind of sound. I'm not quite sure what it's throwing back to. It's aiming somewhere between the 70s and the 90s and landing pretty nicely right in there. Either way, it has a distinct J-pop sound and it's really fun. The orchestrations include a lot of synth, some twangy bass, and piano for flavor.
Vocally, this song is nothing short of what I'd expect from Tokyo Girls style. Powerful and strong and sweet and all rolled up in a nice little cake with strawberries and frosting on top.
All of the girls, with one noticeable exception, deliver very strong vocals. And this one noticeable exception is clearly singing out of her range, which is not really her fault. They knew the ranges of the girls singing, and yet they still gave her lines that were a little high for her. There are some really interesting harmonies in this song and some vocal trade-off. One thing I can appreciate about Tokyo Girls style is that they seem to do pretty well with line distribution in a interesting way. Yes, this song was mainly sung by one girl, but it didn't necessarily come across that way in a tedious way, like, oh wow, this song is being entirely sung by Reina or Sayu, or songs are never sung exclusively by Sayu.
Lyrically, this seems to be a song about a girl who really likes a guy a whole lot, but is terribly afraid to let him in to her life and to let him know who she is. She mentions that this is the first time she's tended to be addicted to someone, and she really seems to love him, but at the same time really doesn't want to get too close. Usually you want to be really close to your addiction and you want to have nothing but your addiction, but for some reason she's taking herself away from that addiction.
There are a few questionable areas, but on the whole, I think I'm used to Sunku lyrics. And compared to Sunku lyrics, these lyrics are pretty darn good, so they get a pass from me.
Now let's talk about this music video. As it appears to me, Tokyo Girls style really seems to focus on the music video as the centerpiece of the song. This music video doesn't really seem to explain the lyrics. The individual pieces seem to almost suggest that they want you to feel some kind of emotion watching each one of the clips. We have a number of close-up shots involving one of the members sitting on a business table outside of a nice looking house on a grassy hill. Then you have one girl who's sitting in a bathtub that's full of red rose petals, which didn't really translate well. It kind of just looked like there were pools of blood everywhere. There was the girl who was sitting in the white chairs who was completely dripping wet, and there were even water stains around the chairs. Again, one of those things that didn't really translate very well. It kind of looked like she peed herself, like scary movie style. Then there was the one girl who was listening to the music who eventually got caught up in all the chords and was completely tangled in it. And then there was the last girl who seemed to be at a bus stop who got really impatient and ran away before the bus even got there. Each piece tells a different part of the story and tries to use each segment to progress that story. However, I didn't really understand where that story was going. I tried to make sense of why the girl was dripping wet. I tried to make sense of why you would fill your bathtub with rose petals, or why the freaking chameleon was there. What is this, Tangled? But in the end, I came up with absolutely nothing. There were moments where the music video kind of pointed at the lyrics, but then other parts would derail it and then completely diverge away from whatever it was trying to tell.
The music video is where things start to unravel for me. Despite a fun dance, granted, Tokyo Girl style dances are mostly relegated to arm movements and hip swivels, the video itself feels schizophrenic. Altogether, given the context of the song, the music video makes next to no sense. I'm not sure what the solo moments are meant to impart. I tried to analyze them a little bit, but I just really came up with blanks because they don't make any sense. Individually, they almost look like moments out of a horror movie or maybe a weird love movie, but it's not enough of a commitment to warrant any real solid evidence as to what they were going for.
Musically, I honestly would give this song a solid 10 out of 10. However, I think visually it would get a 7 out of 10 because while it's really pretty, it doesn't make any sense.
I would subjectively give this a 9 out of 10. But if I got a little more harsh with it and actually took my personal preferences into account, it would probably be like a 7 out of 10.
Your style with J-pop is a lot more like auto-tuned. Maybe not as this style, which I'm gonna call good. So we were asked to review this song, and I'm really glad that we did because I love it. Please let us know any songs that you think that we should review for a future Music Mondays. There are a couple from last week that we are going to be looking into for next week. And as always, stick around for our Morning Musume Monday member review. That will be coming up very, very shortly after this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have heard this song, please let us know what your thoughts are below. And if you have any theories on what was going on in this music video, please let us know because we want to know. And we will see you guys all again next time with another video. Peace out. I feel like this is animal abuse. No.